a multimillionaire. To say that I'm proud of my team is an understatement. Frankly, I'm so tired of hearing people say, oh, you're young. Oh, you graduated 3 really good players. Oh, your schedule's tough. Oh, it's going to, we always kind of thought you'd be down this year. And tonight certainly showed that we can compete at the highest level. And really, frankly, this is maybe one of the first this is the first night where we've done it really for 4 quarters and done it exceptionally well. I thought we were building after the Dayton game, and then we were really flat against UMass, especially for 1 quarter in particular, the first. But this is certainly something that we should be able to build on. The amount of 50-50 balls that we won, the amount of diving on the floor and boxing out really well, those kind of stats were just amazing tonight. We can talk about Utsa's brilliance, and it was brilliance. Utsa looked absolutely fantastic. That little bounce pass off the screen and roll, you're not going to see anything nicer in college basketball. And somebody had to remind me that Chas hit a buzzer beater at halftime. I had forgotten all about that. Just a lot of really good plays tonight, and really happy about our performance against a very well-coached and very good basketball team.
Was this a game where maybe there was not just a little bit more, but you guys obviously don't look at preseason polls, but this was a team that is where you thought that your team should be at? Did the team maybe take note of that, or maybe take extra pride in this kind of thing?
No, not at all. They don't really pay attention to that stuff a whole lot. I think that we had practiced well these last 2 days and understood that we let something happen to us at UMass that was embarrassing, and we were embarrassed on national TV. And we, like I said, we practiced a little shorter than we usually do the last 2 days. I think Rachel Wadowski, our assistant coach who had the scout, was just spot on with the scout and did a great job with the scout. And, our kids, I hope I thought this before the game. I really did. I thought this is the game where we could maybe this is the tipping point where things really start going well for us. And after that first quarter, I was like, I really hope so. But they really don't pay attention to the preseason polls a whole lot. When I told Amadeus she had 27 and 10 against the first team preseason all-kid, she was like, oh, she had no idea. So the kids don't think about that as much as we do.
Was there an emphasis when 46-80s picked up her second foul in that first, and how you guys were able to dominate really the post after that, using their depth to their advantage?
Yeah, she picked up her second, and number 20, France, picked up her second. And those were all legit calls where the officials had to blow the whistle, and it was because we boxed out really strong, and we made the right play, and we had great effort. Stepanovic, after she picked up her second, number 40, picked up her second, she immediately went out of the game and then came back in when things were getting out of hand in the second quarter. We would have gone at her if she would have stayed in immediately. When she almost kind of like snuck back in. We didn't even realize she was in the game. But we were just rolling and just playing it on a different level at that point. And I don't think it would have made a difference a whole lot if we would have targeted her late in the second quarter. We were just playing out of our minds at that point.
What did you think of Nina's defense on Jackie today?
That's another unsung thing. Jackie Kemp, preseason player of the year. She goes 1 for 6, has 4 points, 5 turnovers, and I didn't even mention that, and Nina did. She played great defense. I think we played great defense overall with a few lapses. Utah didn't close out properly to 20 early in the third quarter. Couple in the first quarter or second quarter also. But I felt really good about what Nina did. And, I see Nina starting to turn the corner a little bit. Nina's always deferred and been soft, and she's starting to understand what she has to do to be what our expectations are for her are very high. And for her to be a killer, she's got to have moments like this tonight.
Rolling with the theme of the defense, you held them to 6 to 25 on the three tonight. Did you guys prepare anything special for that, or just play a game?
No, you have to. When you play against St. Louis, they have a lot of kids that can shoot the perimeter shot, and we knew tonight that we would have to play very good one-on-one defense. You were not going to get a lot of help, And if someone was going to make a jumper, we were going to force Jakubasek, number 12, to take perimeter shots. And to her credit, I believe she hit 2 perimeter jumpers from about 17, 18 feet. But she was really the only one that we had strong weak side on. And if they would skip, she was going to get a good, clean look, and she did. But we really did a good job of defending one-on-one in the first 2 quarters, even the third quarter. The fourth quarter, they got us a little bit. And frankly, I'm not happy about that, because we're going to coach them as hard as we can for all 4 quarters. I don't care if you're the last kid that gets in, we're going to coach you the same way. It drives me nuts when coaches just kind of enjoy the moment in the last 4 or 5 minutes when you have a game like this. You have to coach your kids just that hard.
You guys all season have been down in scoring from last year.
Yeah.
What went into a game like this where it just started rolling?
It's confidence. It's just making your first couple shots. And, we made our first couple shots. And then defense breeds confidence. And we defended well, and we finished each defensive possession with really good box outs. And when you do that, that breeds confidence, which helps you on the offensive end. You make a couple on the offensive end, and all of a sudden, everybody's making shots, and everybody feels like they're making shots. And then Utsa, frankly, led us. I mean, Utsa was playing out of her mind and at a different level tonight. And, boy, I'd like to be able to harness that, because she was really, really good. And when you have a kid that's feeling it like she did tonight, that's contagious. So, yeah.
At the beginning of the year when we talked, you were saying how this team was really confident at the beginning of the year. And not looking back at what you guys did last year, when the losses started to come a little bit more, did that confidence get affected a little bit?
Yeah, especially with such a young group. I think there was a little bit of doubt. I don't want to put too much on it, though. Like, they're a confident group, and they're pretty confident in every game. And we've had some games where we haven't played well. But when you're that young and inexperienced like you are, you can either let it really affect your confidence, or sometimes you're just resilient and you bounce back a lot quicker than the coaches do. And that's what they've done. They've been able to bounce back after a bad loss to UMass and have 2 really good practices. They've been able to take away the good in a loss to Dayton and say we can play with just about anyone. And then there's some other games, we could go through the season. But overall, they lost a little bit of confidence. But tonight really helped that.
What was it about the build-up this week that you really felt that this game could be the tipping point, like you said?
We just practiced really hard, really short. We were only in for an hour and 10 minutes. And, we're having people hold each other accountable. And I'm going to tell you, having Judy Soleil practice matters. Having Judy Soleil being able to practice matters, because she's so effective with passing the ball and being another big post defender, and she can score. And I think she had something to do with the elevation of our practice, and I think she had something to do with some positives out there on the court tonight. And you'll continue to see her as she gets into shape.
Is her 11 minutes maybe a reflection of where she's at now? Is it more the margin was comfortable enough that you could play her more?
No, that's about where I wanted to play her. I wanted to play her basically 8 to 10 minutes, especially if it was a close game, because she can go 2 minutes and then she's going to be dog tired. That's the way we looked at it. But, I mean, that kid took 1 charge, and I think she fell down 2 other times trying to take charges. You don't find many 6'4" girls like that who are willing to sacrifice their body like she did. And but my goal was to play her 8 to 10 minutes, basically in 2-minute segments. And because she was successful and she played really hard, she got to extend those minutes a little bit.
You've seen Chastity sort of take over as this season goes on, and it has looked like not just, obviously she's scoring a lot for you, but the other things that you expect a point guard to do.
Well, Chas is really not our point guard. She plays point guard, but Yutza and Nina are the point guards that we want, kind of almost handling the ball primarily, and that's changed since the beginning of the season when it was more Chas. But we have found putting Chas on the wing forces defenses to guard her beyond the arc, which opens up more passing and driving lanes for us. And frankly, Utes is a better passer and Nina's a better passer because they're bigger. We were coming off a lot of ball screens, and because of Chastity's size, she struggled a little bit with that, with finding the open man. So we want to put the ball in the hands of Utsa and Nina a little bit more when we're in sets. Now, when we're in transition, Chas is exceptional. And that's where we really want her to have the ball and really get into the lane and what we call break the lane, kind of like old Steve Nash, where you get into the lane and you just cross it, pass it, swing it, and then you get a nice attack basket. I thought she was really good tonight at getting in there and shooting the floaters. She's got a knack for shooting that floater. Somebody asked me, did you teach her that? I said, there's absolutely no way. I don't even know how to shoot that. But she's done a really good job with that. Today was the first day where she's really guarded. For us to have success, Chastity has to bear down and guard. And frankly, it's on me that I haven't enforced that enough with her. But today she was very good at guarding on the ball and not taking breaks off the ball. She was good.